Danica drove her new car on a trip for a whole number of hours, averaging 55 miles per hour. At the beginning of the trip, ABC miles was displayed on the odometer, where ABC is a three-digit number with A greater than or equal to 1 and A plus B plus C less than or equal to 7. At the end of the trip, the odometer showed CBA miles. What is A squared plus B squared plus C squared? I can start with the following equation. You start with ABC miles plus 55t, and I'm going to define t as the number of hours Danica drives, number of hours driven. That's going to be equal to CBA. We can have two cases. One is going to be where t is even. And if t is even, we're going to have A, B, C plus, if you multiply 55 by an even number, then you're going to get a number that ends in 0. So all I know is ABC is adding with a number that ends in 0, and that's equal to CBA. Well, if that's the case, you're adding 0 to C. So this means that A is equal to C, which therefore means that ABC is equal to CBA. But we know that she drove her car and averaged 55 miles per hour, so we know that T can't be even. So T has to be odd. Here's the case, T is going to be odd. Now we're going to write the equation ABC plus, and if T is odd, an odd number times 55 is going to end in a 5. So all I know is ABC is being added to a number that ends in 5, and that equals CBA. So I'm going to run through some possible options. Let's consider a case where if C is equal to 1, well, then that means we have to add 5 to C to get A. That means that A is going to be 6, but that doesn't make sense because that would mean ABC is bigger than CBA. And that actually holds true all the way up to where C equals 5. Let's say C equals 5. Well, then we're going to add 5 to that. A's got to be 0. That doesn't make sense because we know that's also, we're told that A is greater than or equal to 1, so that won't work. But now we consider, what if C is equal to 6? That would mean that A's got to be equal to 1. So if that's the case, then B would be equal to 0 to satisfy all our conditions, because it's got to be true. It checks out that A is greater than or equal to 1, and if B would be equal to 0, then it would check out that ABC is less than or equal to 7. If I were to make C bigger, so if C were 7, A would have to be equal to 2, but already we can see that 7 plus 2 is bigger than 7. So we wouldn't be able to increase C anymore. None of these values work, and no other values of C are going to work. So these have to be the values of A, B, and C. So since we're trying to find A squared plus B squared plus C squared, the answer is going to be 1 squared plus 6 squared plus 0 squared, and that is equal to 37. So the answer is choice D, 37.